Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review. Ooh, blanked out there for a quick second. But here we have the Hasbro Marvel Legends series, the Retro Spider-Man Wave of 2025. Here we have Kaine Parker, or Marvel's Kaine. And there it says imperfect clone. So clone of Peter Parker. That's why we have Kaine Parker there. Also known as the Scarlet Spider there. A different clone from Ben Reilly's Scarlet Spider. That's Scarlet Spider and this Spider-Man. And then, of course, you know, clone to Peter Parker. So, here we have Kaine. So this is his 90s look, I would say. I mean, I like this look here. You know, it's a very cool looking suit. But we have this version there. It looks like we get a lot of new tooling, all new tooling. It looks like, so some crazy things. I know a lot of people have requested this version of Kaine for a long time. So we now have it. These are starting to pop up at Target stores. I think like Toy Snowman was supposed to get it this week. Big Bad Toy Store. So far, I only got an email saying that they're going to soon be processing pre-orders for Agent Venom. So I don't know about Kaine Parker. This one's a little bit confusing, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. So the weird thing, my Target stores only have 4 labels out of the 6 figures in the wave. Retro 1, Retro 2, Retro 3, and Retro 6. Retro 1 is the Spider-Man Unlimited. Retro 2 is the Agent Venom. Retro 3 is Spider-Boy. And then Retro 6 is Chameleon. Those are the 4 that my Target stores have on their planogram and say they're going to get. However, Retro 4 is Kaine Parker, and I found it at Target. Retro 5 is Electro, and I found it at Target. So I don't know what's going on. It's weird. They do not get the assortment cases. They're getting individual cases. If they get less than 6, it's because the distribution center warehouse is breaking up the cases and only sending so many to different stores. So they'll likely get those in repack boxes. Repack boxes are boxes that have a bunch of different things in them, not one single thing like a case pack would be. Agent Venom, my local Target got 6 of these, a full case, an actual box, Hasbro box with 6 of these Agent Venoms. Spider-Man Unlimited was in a repack box. They literally only got 2 of these guys on the peg. So Kaine Parker, Electro, I don't know what's going on. People have been finding them in stores. I found them. I really don't know what's going on. Hopefully Spider-Boy and Chameleon will pop up in my area soon. Apparently, you know, according to their system, it says they are expecting them on the 25th, but only like 4 of Chameleon. I don't know about Spider-Boy. So, all weird situation. But here we have Kaine. We get an extra set of hands there. We got the retro Toy Biz blister card back there. That is for like the Spider-Man the Animated Series, which I absolutely love. These are ones that I get 2 of, so I will get a second Kaine eventually. Here we have the cross-sell. So this is the full wave. Spider-Man Unlimited, Agent Venom, Spider-Boy, Electro, Kaine, Chameleon. The bio reads, as the first of Jackal's attempts to clone Peter Parker, Kaine was left with conflicted feelings towards both his maker and Spider-Man. We did get a Jackal figure a while ago, and I guess I'll grab that so I'll be able to do a comparison later on. So let's go ahead and get to it. Okay, so we're going to jump right into it. So here we have Kaine Parker, Marvel's Kaine. And this figure is all new sculpt. So all the blue and everything that you see on the costume and design and everything like that, that's all sculpted and painted. That is awesome. That's kind of, it reminds me a little bit of Spider-Man Unlimited, right? All this line work here in the torso, that's all painted, but the legs was not, except the bottom calves were, which is great. But Kaine, he gets all new, like all of it is sculpted on there. So that is awesome. Like we get, you know, completely new sculpt. So really, really nice. We get this cape piece here, this like hot pink in color. I wish they would have dirtied it up a little bit. That would have been kind of cool. You know, it's pretty tattered. We got some tears and we got some holes in it and stuff like that. I think you could take it off. I haven't done this yet. We're going to pop that off and you can go there. And then you just have this piece there that's just kind of floating in there. It doesn't attach to anything. It's not like pegged into the back. Nothing like that. But you can take that off if you want to, because you might want to, like, he's got butterfly joints, but when this thing's on, you're not going to be able to use these butterfly joints at all. But, you know, I guess that's just, you know, there. At least we got the effort in there and got the butterfly joints, so that is really cool. We'll take a look at the articulation a little bit later and see how it really works. But taking a look at the figure, it looks really good. The hair is pretty good. It's just done in this like light brown color. I wish there would have been some shading in it. So, you know, sometimes they put, you know, additional color in it to kind of bring out the details. Doesn't look like we got that now. It's not the end of the world or anything like that, but it definitely would have been nice. Whited out eyes, and then you just kind of get the blue webbing like stuff on the suit, and then you get these spikes on the forearms and as well as the legs. They're not super pokey. They're pretty soft and rubbery, so you can kind of move them around a little bit. They're glued in there. Looks like here on this right forearm. It's kind of sticking out a little bit. It's not a problem, you know, at all, but just a heads up, you know, some of them may be worse than others type of deal. But otherwise looks pretty good. Paintwork, I don't have any real issues with it. When you have lines like this, you tend to see some sloppiness in the paint. And overall, it's pretty good. If you look at the legs, I think there's some sloppiness in there, but we're getting a little nitpicky in some of it. It's not perfect, but, you know, it's also not terrible. They did paint throughout the whole back of it and everything. It looks like a little paint nick there, but not a big deal. So that is really cool. So that is the Kaine Parker. The accessories, he just comes with an extra set of hands. So we got fists out of the package, and then you just get these open hands, and these are like those newest, I don't know if they're really new now, but these are like the Vulcan hands, the really large ones. So we have that there. But he is on a pretty bulky body, so that is cool. So let's go ahead and zoom out and just jump right into the articulation. Okay, so Kaine's articulation, he can't really look up because he's got long hair, so it's obviously going to hit the back of his back and then the back of the cape, so that's not really going to work out. He can look all the way down, though, which is really good. You get a swivel in there, but the hair does kind of get in the way, but you can move it around. You don't really get any kind of pivot or anything like that. Now that I'm really focusing on the head, one thing that's really cool is you can almost make out like the shape of his mouth and lips in the mask. That's actually really cool. And I don't know if it's just the lighting, but after the articulation, we're going to try and take another look at that and see if you guys could see it. Maybe it's just me, but that looks really awesome how they did that. So just heads up on that. Again, butterfly joints, but the way the cape is designed, it drapes over that shoulder. So it kind of, well, you know what? I can still get that shoulder out. It just kind of pushes it up a little bit. So that's actually pretty good. You could do the full rotation, but it's definitely going to be tricky to do with this cape on there. And then butterfly joint. So let's pop the head off and let's see how much range that butterfly joint really gets going back. Not a huge amount, but pretty good, I would say. And then coming forward is not going to be a whole lot, but you can get some crossbody in there. But when the cape is on, that's going to be really difficult when it comes to the left arm, because since it drapes over the shoulder, that is really tricky to do. Let's see, on the right, you can do it, and you can get a little bit of that crossbody there, so that is good. We got upper bicep swivel in there, double jointed pinless elbow, so you get that much bend there at the elbow. Wrist swivel, and they do hinge, standard horizontal hinge on the fists as well as the open hands that we get. Whoops, if I can grab one. We have an ab crunch on Kaine, so he can crunch forward that much there. He can go back that much there. You got a waist swivel in there. Legs go out that far apart. He can kick forward that far, so that is good. The leg doesn't really go back. You have an upper thigh cut in there, but that is stiff. Both right and left are pretty stiff in there. Double jointed knee, pinless knee. Gives you that much bend there at the knee, which is good. There's no calf swivel or boot swivel of any kind. Foot hinges down all the way. You get some good hinge up, ankle pivot, and peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So that is the articulation for Kaine. It's nice that we got the butterfly joints, even if they can't be the most effective due to the cape. But again, you could always take the cape off, or you know, some folks probably do like a soft goods version. That would have been nice. Hasbro isn't quite there with being able to make good soft goods, so that's probably a good thing that it's not soft goods, but hey, if they keep doing it, they can keep getting better, or they could learn from other companies and do it, and that'd be pretty awesome. Okay, I'm trying to get as close as I can while still being in focus on that head sculpt. And again, I don't know if it's just me, but it almost looks like, let me get some bright light in there. It almost looks like, depending on the, yeah, see, like right there, doesn't it look like you could see, you know, kind of the shape of his mouth and stuff in there, right? That's awesome. That's some really nice sculpt work there on the head sculpt to be able to have that. Or it's just a coincidence somehow in how it came out, and I'm making a big deal out of something that's not actually there, but looks like it. I don't know. Looks like it to me. You guys let me know what you think. I think it's there, and I think that is really cool. Okay, and then here with his maker, we have Kaine next to the Jackal, Miles Warren. I want to say in the comics, Kaine is still alive, but Miles, I think, is dead. There's a second Jackal, which ended up becoming Ben Rutt. There's all kinds of crazy stuff with the clone. This was like, I forget what the run was called. And it's actually, if you watched my other video, I forget which one I was talking about, Electro, the female Francine Fry version, and she was in that one. I think it was Dead No More Clone Conspiracy. believe what the run was called, which was an interesting one. I think Kaine was in it at some point. Ben Reilly was in it, but Ben Reilly was the Jackal, so it wasn't the Miles Warren version of Jackal that we really know. He wore like a suit and wore like an Anubis like style mask, which was pretty crazy. But we're getting way off topic. Anyway, Kaine and Jackal here. Let's take a look at Kaine with Kaine, the Scarlet Spider, that even though he didn't, I don't think necessarily wanted to be a hero, it was just kind of in him. So here we have Scarlet Spider. You can see he's not as bulky, so it would be cool to get another version of this guy in a bulkier body. Maybe, just maybe, hear me out, they do it on the Punisher body. Woo! That would be crazy. Let me see. I have the Punisher body right here. As I drop a bunch of figures. It would if they did this Kaine Parker on this body as opposed to the like Renew Your Vows style body, but they did Kaine Parker on that because look at the bulkiness is about right. He's a little bit taller, but that would be really nice. I think we're about due for a new Scarlet Spider because this one's old. It has pins, but it's all red, so not that big of a deal. But we want to get the ultra articulated stuff. So I think I'd be down for that. You guys let me know if you agree or what you guys would think of that. Looking at other clones, so we're going to jump into Ben Reilly. So here we have the retro of last year. The Ben Reilly. This is the ultra articulated version, which is really cool. About a year prior to that, a year or so, maybe two, we had the Ben Reilly Spider-Man suit there, but this one had pins. I'd love an update to this one too. What if they just did like a pack? Just give us this Spider-Man, Peter Parker Spider-Man, and Kaine Scarlet Spider. That would be really cool. I would love to see that because that way we get a pinless update to that. We can get another Peter Parker. Everybody loves Peter Parker. And then we would get, the black and red suit to Kaine. That'd be really cool. But now let's go ahead and go with Peter Parker. So you can see there. Kaine, much bulkier, but looks good and fits right in with all of these guys. Okay, and then from the wave, we've got Agent Venom, Spider-Man Unlimited, and Kaine there. The more I look at the Agent Venom, I do really like the figure. I think what's throwing me off is the torso does seem a little too narrow to me, but the shoulder pads are also super large in comparison to the rest of the figure. Maybe the shoulder pads are just a little too big. Maybe that's also what's throwing it off. I don't really know. This is still, again, the better figure from the Walgreens exclusive. It's just I like the look of the Walgreens exclusive one more. But this guy, so much better in terms of his articulation and everything like that. So there's that. But there is our wave so far. Next video will be Electro. Alright, so that's my review of the Kaine Parker figure. You guys let me know down in the comments below. Has this been a long time coming to finally get this version of Kaine? Let me know what you guys think of the figure down in the comments below. I'll have pre-order links if you're looking to pick this one up. And then, don't be afraid to check your targets. Again, I don't know, if all targets are going to end up getting it or if it's supposed to be on the planogram, what the deal is. It's very odd. But you guys give me your thoughts down in the comments below. Good luck on your toy hunts, or just get in the pre-order if you don't want to drive around hoping to come across it. But there you go. So if you guys like this video, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, thank you for watching.